We got ourselves Avair over for the team one, and right there goes the Paladin broken over as a Frosty Mage this time, which could be kind of good looking. We got Cecilia with, looks like DJK gonna be first up, gripped in into Chicago. Gonna be DJK with a bit of a grippy hand, trying to see if he can make Frost work this time instead of Unholy. Maybe looking to shatter through the bones of Chicago as they do go into full Ascendance. Not a proc Ascendance, actual real Ascendance. Try to see if he can one-bag DJK, putting him out the open, does grip him through the boxes though, putting it right next to him. DJK able to fight through the damage of this enhancement Shaman, able to withstand the fury that is the Ascendance, and able to live through the storm of it all. AMS up for DJK, does still have a little bit of a death pact on him, so he can't really heal effectively, but as long as he can build up a little bit of resources, he may be okay. Got up so much this winter, maybe that sounds Chicago is going to be able to break out of the lasso. Dome down for second silence on the Chicago, still kind of playing defensively right now, though needs a little bit more resources. Gripping Chicago in, trying to stay in that dome as best as possible. Chicago just needs a couple more hits. DJK does not have a lot left as he's building up a little bit of runic power. Needs to go for them death strikes. But once you fall behind as a death knight, it's kind of difficult to recover. It's better when you have big health, take big hits, death strike scale upwards, and then you can keep yourself alive. But when you're already low health, any one of those big hits could just end you right then and there. With CeeLo trying to see if he go for fracture. Looks like maybe interrupted himself in a hunt. That or the totem rooted him. I think he still has access to the hunt though. I think he does not waste the hunt either way. But it's going to be a big I-beam onto Chicago. Last to follow. Doesn't get a chicken for it. Trying to see if he can go for that hunt right now. There goes the full hunt down in Chicago. It is kind of short. Chicago able to hopefully withstand the damage. It's going to be a lot of healing for CeeLo for a little bit. Has the demonic soul, the hunt. He got all the glaives thrown in. That's going to be the Earth Elemental joins in. That's going to be CeeLo taking down Chicago. I was going to say about the Earth Ellie. That's an extra target for those glaives to do more damage because the more enemies they cleave, the harder they hit. Stun onto Flavor of the Month reroller. CeeLo tried to see if he could fight through this. Flavor did drop down a full spear onto CeeLo, but can he potentially do some damage in? Big Blaze Storm, massive damage, does get him interrupted onto the I-beam. Big battle sets ready. The warrior just wants to go for the most amount of damage and just runs the Demon Hunter over. Oh my goodness. That is so much damage. That's both spear. He doesn't even need the spear combo to make it happen either. Oh my God, and just so much. Flavor of the Month arms gonna be broken. Up next is a Frost Mage. This spec does need to cast a lot more than some of the other ones. Arcane definitely has a bit of casting. Fire has a little bit of casting. Frost needs a lot of casting for Frostbolts. But at least right now you do have a playstyle where Iceland's build does give you a lot of icicles, and you can whittle somebody down little by little. I don't know if he plays Glacial with it or not, but he definitely can go for a little more sustained damage. Trying to see if he can set up a Blizzard onto Flavor of the Month. Maybe get whatever damage he can around the corner. Maybe whittle away at him. Or maybe just try to prevent the second wind from healing him. But the man is going to get healing just through regeneration alone. Broken should be playing what looks like an Ice form build. So he does have a play a full Frostbolty build. Sharper Blades available for Flavor of the Month. He wants to go in for the big Mortal Strike. Broken try to see if he can get an angle on the guy, but can't quite easily do it. Gonna be able to hit him with an Ice Nova, but Flavor, again, hugging the platform as best as he can. Trying not to give Broken any kind of line of sight. Does finally get a charge. Blink for the Mage available. Looks like maybe playing normal Blink, not Shimmer. Charge for Flavor of the Month. Off of that leap to follow Spear right after Broken. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Trying to go for a bit of ultra time. Does he survive this though? Good, but it should be big damage. Another Blade Storm. Oh my God, the Blade Storm was just doing work. Off of that alter time, he just altered. He just recovered all his health back. Still trying to see if he can avoid Flavor. Flavor is trying to go for a Stumble, but can't quite really do it. Reflect back up into Broken. I think it may be just done. Oh my. I think he reflected a Glacial back at the guy. I think he either reflected Glacial or reflected an Ice Nova at him, but I think it was a Glacial. Defensive stance up versus Avair, as Flavor did just burn quite a lot of cooldowns to fight through the Mage. At least offensively, but as long as he can recuperate a handful of them, he may be able to have them back up for the Paladin as well. Sharp Blades, Warbreaker available, or Colossus Smash would show when he's running Reflect up, but as he goes in for Stormbolt onto Avair. Blade Storm, he does get the Hodge reflected. I was gonna say, it looks like, it looked for a second like he was reflected maybe a little early, but it does last for like, what, 5 seconds. And as it's about to wane off, Avair goes in for the stun, but maybe too early. That's full wings and a Seraphim for the Paladin. Flavor just trying to see if he can avoid him. Does he have another leap? Because if he has another leap, then he definitely has the way to disengage away from the guy. Has a Reflect. It gets just a Hodge to follow. Does go in for a battle stance, but it's going to be a blind. Defensive blind though for Avair. So he no longer has a way to lock down Flavor. This way the warrior could maybe make a big play. Shield of Vengeance may deter him a little bit. Go into defensive stance for a moment or two. Flavor trying to see if he can fight through Avier. He's going to be able to break through the shield, and that's an eye for an eye that he's got to fight through. Reducing some of that physical damage taken. The banner is up. Reduces the CC capability of Avier for a little bit. Flavor does reflect. Looks like he was able to reflect judgment back at himself. So you can go for a Hodge into Flavor, who does go for a trinket really early on. Trying to avoid this paladin as best as he can. Consecration definitely don't want to stand in the best possible. It's going to be Spear. Avier may just have to go for Bubble. That's exactly what Flavor was expecting. And I think maybe Flavor still has some cooldowns available. Spear was used just to get a cooldown out of the guy. Fear to follow right after. If Flavor has himself the big go, he could potentially make something happen here. If he has himself that big, what am I thinking of? Charge? If he has the Avatar Bladestorm, I think he might be okay. Because at least he'll make sure that he doesn't have any CC. Does get himself a parry. It's going to be able to break out of the stun really quick. The Bladestorm to follow his inbound parry. I'm trying to see if he can crack through the defenses. Avier got nothing left at all. Flavor goes in from one to the next. Voidchair going to be up next. I don't think Voidchair was even given a chance to really get set up or anything. At least got a gate, got a port, got everything done. Fell Lord, right? The big guy? Is it a Fell Lord? I think it's Fell Lord joining in to guard Voidchair for just a moment here, but the warrior leaping away. He knows this is a tyrant. Got only a handful of demons chasing after him. Is going to be able to charge back up towards Voidchair, but a second Fell guard joins in with an axe toss, surrounded by demons right now. Flavor could be in a bad spot. Doesn't really have a way to get away from any of these pets. Doesn't have fear or nothing. All he can really do is try to see if he can hug the platform, stun onto Voidchair, try to go into a bit of battle stance. Maybe he can make some damage happen. Defensive stance up for Voidchair as he does get himself that wall available. And that's going to be a defensive stance for Flavor of the Month as well. Does get himself a banner down in case of a CC. Again, looking to avoid Void as best as he can, but the eyeball is just going to keep hitting him through the platform, not giving him any recovery. Maybe he can go for a heal. Maybe got impending victory. Looks like he got the smallest amount of heals. Spear down into Voidchair. Axe toss on the Flavor. Maybe done for the count. Does get himself the smallest defense ever. Fear into all these pets. Does he have enough damage for some Voidchair? Bladestorm. Just blasted right through him. Does he have one more executed? He is charged right after. Does get himself maybe one more Mortal Strike. Oh, he does get it. Are you kidding me? He does end up getting it in the end. Bringing it back for his team. Look at this boy go. Oh my God. Flavor of the month, dude. That's the flavor that I like. Jesus, that's so much damage. Is this the burstiest class in the game? He survived it. I don't understand this. The fact that he survived it. That was a close match. That man was just second wind, fear on the pets. I gotta go. I gotta make it happen. This man knows that, you know what? I have to make the risky plays. I have to take the risk. I may lose here, but I have to take the risky play. I have to play to my strengths. My strengths being big dammy. Man does it. Oh my God. Let's get another one going here, boys. Yeah.